Okay.
All right, everybody, we're rolling.
So, baby, I got a surprise for you. Yeah.
Surprise.
You like surprises?
Well, if I like your surprise,
Mm-hmm.
might I surprise you too?
Oh, you got a surprise for me. You know, I like surprises. So, baby, your condo is going to be ready this Friday.
Condo.
Yeah, your condo.
It's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I thought the contract ended like 4 weeks
Yeah, I know.
before it was.
But baby, I seen how frustrated you've been. So, your man called out the contractor himself. Baby, I got it fixed. You get to go home this weekend. Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
Yeah, you get to go back to your own place. Yeah, it's exciting.
Do
Let's
this
stop.
for me.
First place, I want to compliment you on the fact that there is such a completely shifted dynamic to this. It doesn't seem staged, it seems like it's happening. I want to throw something at both of you, and it's going to seem weird. Just talk to each other without moving your head. You're doing this a lot, and like, look how you're talking to me right now, you're barely moving. Right? The stillness is everything. Right? So start from the beginning again. Don't shift anything except for the idea of you being able to just try not to be involved in it. Tracy, you may have to come down stage a little bit more to get that good. I think she's
So where I was before?
like about there. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's go for it. Beginning again.
So, baby, I got a surprise for you.
Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know what you like surprises.
I do. No, if I like your surprise,
Mhm.
I will surprise you too.
Really? You know how I like surprises.
I know.
So, baby, your condo is going to be ready this Friday. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. You get to go back to your own place.
It's crazy. I didn't think the contractor would have it ready. So I need like 4 more weeks.
No, baby, scratch that. You know, I seen how frustrated you've been, so you know, your man called up the contractor himself. Baby, I got it fixed. Maybe we can move you in this weekend.
Wow.
This weekend, it's exciting.
Quick.
Yeah. Excited, right?
You did this for me. You did this for yourself.
No, I did this for you, and baby, I did this for
Yeah,
us.
I know what's going on.
Okay. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I drop you off at the parade. And Melody, your friend.
So, you saw me, but you didn't say anything?
I was waiting to see if you told the truth.
And I did tell you the truth. I just didn't say friend Melanie because, baby, I didn't want you to react like this, okay? It's not like that. Look, I just wanted to drop Melanie off in the party now. She wanted to take me to the parade, her new car she just brought. But, baby, that's it. I promise.
That's it.
Yes.
Can't explain the teddy bear you've been keeping.
Baby, why are you going through my stuff?
You're the one that you're
It's
supposed
just
to
a
give away
teddy
the other
bear.
day.
It's just a bear.
I have tried to give you so much time and space to get over her. It's so clear that you just can't seem to let her
Jessica,
go.
what are you talking about? You got this all wrong, baby. I love you.
What? You love me? Or you like me? You want us to be best friends? Or you don't know what the hell you want.
Jessica,
No.
Jessica, I know I don't want to lose you, okay? I don't want to lose you. Yes, please. Tell me what I gotta do to get this fixed.
Have to do.
Yes.
I want you to look me in my eye. I want you to tell me you're not still in love with her. Tell me.
Jessica, don't, Jessica, don't do this. Jessica, don't. Jessica. Jessica.
I've never seen a scene change so much in a week the entire time I've ever been
Yes.
in class. I've never seen a scene take such a change in almost since I have ever operated this class. I've never seen a scene that's gotten so much more relaxed about. There's so much of this I like and so much of it I have a critical eye on. So let me throw down first thing, all right? This is, for both of you, this is extremely successful. I look at all students as having certain things and issues and things that we're dealing with. And I gotta tell you, the biggest issue that both of you were having, to me, was this sense of fear and concern and nervousness and self-editing and all the rest of this stuff. And it's like you went through a car wash and just got the whole equipment cleaned when you came back through, because this has no resemblance at all to any of that. I mean, usually I usually would give somebody a 3 or 4 week thing on it before they started to kind of loosen up on it, but you guys kind of rolled it really quickly. It felt different for you, didn't it? And then it also was about the other person more. But here's where I have an issue with it, and I don't mean to do the scene again. I'm really happy with the way the scene ended up. I think it's a great, really great thing for both of you. So I don't want this to be revisited, because I think you need to move on to doing something. But I want you to take this. There's a little bit of physical manifestations that you're using for nervousness, and that you also have this kind of, sometimes an edict to both of you, toward emotionalism that might tip over to melodrama if you take it too far. And toward the end, it just went with the line, just a little bit. You love your lips. Yes, you do. One time when I was in California, I audited an acting class, and it was the strangest acting class, but one of the most successful ones I've ever seen. I'm not saying do this. The teacher took a very thin gauze plaster of Paris thing, dip it in, and he would put it around the necks of everybody. They were wearing these t-shirts who was going to be there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And what he wanted them to feel was how much they wanted to move their heads with this sense. But the plaster of Paris wasn't necessarily keeping them in place, but every time they would move, it would flake off, or they would feel it, you know, kind of like, what are those things that women wear, the mask, that, you know what I mean, the facials, they get facials and stuff. It's like that type of thin stuff. So there's that. And I told you, I said, be careful of, you know, don't move your head, or your head move just as much. Why do you think you do that?
Well, naturally, I gesticulate a lot, and and I try to work on that just in life. I try to work on that, think of that. But I do.
You don't do it as much as you think you do.
Okay, good.
You do it though more when you're up there acting.
Okay.
I think your gesticulation comes from one of two places, or both of them. One is a sense of nerves that lets you come off as kind of a nervous tick, including.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of
Yeah,
that.
a lot of what we used to call lipstick smear. You know? Those lips are moving all the time. But the other one is because I don't know if you, and this is related to the emotion addict thing. I don't know if you consciously know this, but I think you kind of think that unless you're feeling something emotional, it's not interesting for us, the viewer.
No. Used to, but in this moment, I didn't think that.
But you were nonetheless, I think, pushing an emotional mandate farther than than you needed to do. It was.
Got too into where.
It got
I
too
was
in the.
going, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was really kind of, sitting where I don't know how to explain it. I wasn't trying to, but I wasn't stopping myself from feeling whatever I felt.
Okay, I got that. Yeah. But I think even the fact that you felt it meant that you lost your objective too early, and
Or at the end?
Yes.
I felt them at the end, okay.
You don't
So
lose
it's
your
two.
objective.
No, I
Ever.
think my objective made me, I felt it drive me even more at the end.
Yes,
Because I knew I wasn't going to get
That's
the
the
objective I
problem.
wanted.
that's the problem.
Okay.
You knew you weren't, but you had to know it was going to happen. Even at the end, when you walked out, it still had to be about, I'm gonna get this
I
objective.
still, so even though I know in that ending moment that I'm not, I still, okay. So
Think
that,
about-
yeah, I
Think
didn't.
about death. That's all we're
Okay.
gonna do. Let's say that you're one of these, you're in a scene where you're getting shot to death, right? You get shot, and one of the essence of it is you don't give in to the death. People don't go, I'm gonna die now, right? They're like, I'm living, death, right? And that's exactly like every objective. It's like, I'm getting it. The greatest actors in the world, they lose it when it is ripped from their, what is that, Clint Eastwood said, that, or Charlton has my cold, dark hands, my cold, dead hand. That's what it does. You can't have your will compromised by a script saying that you're not going to. This is one of the things that actors don't realize. While a script may say, you've lost, you lost. The creed of an actor is like, oh yeah? Try me. And that's something very important. And the same with you. Exactly the same with you. Whereas the scene will give you kind of it's sort of saying, okay, now you're getting emotional and you're yelling at Jess, and like this, and she's like, I'm leaving, and you're feeling sad because you feel like you're losing your objective. You don't lose your objective. You still fight for it. It's fought until we run out of film. Do you know what I mean?
You told us that about expectation.
Huh?
This really helped me break down my script about expectation.
Tell me.
That he said whatever it is that you expect them to do, your objective, just when you write down your expectation, it needs to be that they, like if you want to make him smile, then your expectation is that he is going to smile. But he said go and check your expectation against the script, and that is the one time you do want to look and see what your scene partner actually does in the script. And you want your expectation to be the opposite of whatever they actually do. So you did the dinner example, it
Yeah.
really helped. It helps.
The idea is that yeah, I don't know what that example was.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
But the idea is that you do a sort of like a shadow script. And that is that you want to fight toward, the script needs to pull you to where it wants you to go. You never help the script out, right? You never put the brake down and let the script coast you down, right? You're always going backwards while the script is trying to drag you down that end. So if you see that you want him to, he smiles at this, try to get him to frown. Try to get him to cry. The script's going to move him to smile anyway, right? Right? But the most interesting thing is going to be this conflict of you attempting to do the opposite. And you're going to be dragging. It's going to make you work hard. You guys knew the script was going to go to a certain place, and so toward the end you kind of helped it along. You gave it, it was on the side of the road needing a jump, and you stopped over there and you connected it to your battery and let it go. Am I making sense?
Yeah. I like that.
That's the thing that I think that is the takeaway from this. I thought, like I say, so many things about the relaxation, the commitment, the sense of communication, the intimacy were spot on. There's just so many pieces of it and stuff that I have never seen you do, ever. I've seen you flirt with, but I've never seen you go completely. So this is a huge success all the way down the line, but it's also a learning lesson to move on. This may be a technical thing, and you may just have to do a technical thing for a while, but you're going to have to find a way to still your face down, even if it means to say to yourself, still my face, still my face, still my face, until your face gets the decision that it's not going to move. You're beautiful. You don't need to move your face to be interested.
That's always been my struggle as an actor, going from theater, because I did a lot of theater, foundational-wise, and then going to film, it used to be like work. But then, like, well, I'm trying to explain it quickly.
You don't have to explain it.
But, yeah, like, just kind of bringing it down enough. But then I know...
You know what I would say? It's called stillness.
Okay, because for me, like you talked about authenticity,
Authenticity, yes.
And so, okay, I know I would not normally talk to someone like this, and not, you know what I mean? So trying to find my medium of Like
calling
how
your
I
bull-
would.
No, I'm calling your bullshit.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I watch you people, I see you talk, and I see you do stuff without the camera operating. You do not express that much.
Well, that's
When you come on here and you watch this,
Mhm.
you're gonna see, if you can watch your tape past this into this conversation, you'll be shocked at how little you are moving your face compared to when you're acting. In fact, you could almost just put it on fast forward and go through and you'll go, oh, I'm doing the scene now. No, I'm not doing the scene now. I'm doing the scene now. No, I'm not. And you can tell by how much animation you're putting into your face.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Okay? And you need to start consciously saying, be still, be still. Or
Yeah.
this.
I don't do that.
Widen, move before things, get to the point that your whole, you know what's a great way of doing this? Get a whole bunch of bubble gum and chew it until your jaws hurt.
Okay.
Blow your lips out, move them, do everything so that your lips are so sensitive, your face is so sensitive, your eyes are so sensitive, your eyebrows are so sensitive, everything is so sensitive that it's like your face is going, I need a fucking rest. So now you're talking, you do the scene, and your face is, I'm not moving. You do whatever you want to do, but I'm not going anywhere. After a while, you're retraining yourself to not do it. And I promise you, this comes from the fact that you've been thinking at one point in your life, expressive equals interesting, non-expressive equals non-interesting. And believe it or not, it's stillness that's interesting. And you've got all that inner stuff going so well, you don't need to try to help it along. So there, I mean it. When you used to take class from me, the biggest issue that I always had with you is how do I get Michael to relax into doing this and stop questioning himself? You always allowed yourself to be less present and more like you wouldn't trust me enough to give you the right answers and the right things. You thought there was something right about it, so you were going to find it yourself. So you were always monitoring yourself of doing it at the same time you're doing it. And after a while, it's like, well, why do you need me? And this is the first time I saw you go, I'm on the horse, it's riding, I'll wake up whenever we get there. And you just allowed yourself to go with it. And man, I gotta tell you, this is a huge deal for you. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
You trusted yourself, you trusted your technique, and you said, what the fuck, I don't care. If I do it and it's not entertaining, I don't care. I don't give a shit. And you kind of have to do that. It's that Michelangelo prayer, Michelangelo. It's that Michelangelo prayer, which is, dear God, get me out of the way of the things that you want me to do. And you did, you stepped out of your own way. And both of you did, but I mean, for him, you kind of have stepped out of your, but you never did. Man, this is the first time I've actually seen you jump out of your own path. Did you feel that?
I did.
That's a mandate for you from now on.
I think I was, before, probably scared as shit. Like, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how.
Nice.
And I think that's,
If you're learning how, whatever this was, bottle it, put it on your shelf, take a swig of it on Sundays, because it seems to be working for you. All right? Just don't help the material or the story do what it needs to do. Make it go the other direction. And it will, Romeo and Juliet always die at the end. They could try to save them 1,000,000 times over, but they're still going to die. It's mandated in the script. Good luck trying to keep that from happening, right? So it should be that the actors are, no, we're not going to die this time. Damn it. We're not going to die. Damn it.
that's like,
That's some nice work, you guys. You deserve a round of applause.
I think the example was the script dictates you asked, do you want to go to dinner? And I say yes, but your expectation is no, because you know I'm gonna say yes, so you had to set your expectations no. So
Right,
it's-
right. So I know she's going to say yes in the script, but I want her to say
No.
no. So it's like, do you want to go to dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to go to Chinese food, right? So I guess you'll like to eat.
Italian.
Fine. Yeah, so everything's a surprise. And that's kind of what you were rehearsing. That's great, I forgot about that, that's a chapter.
This is